Yep, here we are. Last time, you were nice and cozy within the CEO's house. You have a nice snowstorm on the outside, and I'm gonna say you're gonna have several options for missions. You have the Tenebrous Guard one, of course, that you could simply wait for until Thiveron goes now, and then you can take off. Or you could take one of the side missions side adventures I have made. One from the people that current planet you're on. Apparently, some people they've kidnapped a few, and currently they're trying to find out their location, and they may need some help with that. There is also something to do with the bounty, as apparently something strange has gone on there. And well, since it's mainly your involvement that started it in the first place, they've requested your presence there.
Okay.
Like, trees are glowing weird.
I trust that Rory can take care of the situation here. So Prava's not totally hung up on the kidnapping thing no more. Me as the player am very interested in the bounty, especially in a non-combat session, since the last session was almost completely combat.
Well, I mean, it does give us an opportunity to test the new off-road machine.
Ah, the beetle looks cool.
Yeah. And it's really funny too because I have everything set up with control modules. Like, we can go in multiple vehicles. Like, I can command the police cruiser to follow us because it flies, and then I can pilot us there. I have the tools for it.
Yeah, basically you're just waiting for Thiveron to go, yes, my god says now is the time. Now we must kick their ass, yes.
Now is the time to strike.
I've actually never rolled to pilot the ship before. Is it just I just roll
No, it's 1d6, I believe, for in the system travel. As you see, you do see Noelle come back from her little excursion into like the smaller areas of the drone bay. You see her carrying a small sack before you all start walking onto the ship. His mother's like giving you a wave goodbye. It's like, enjoy your new weapons. Make sure you pick up Aiden when you can.
We will. Thank you, Rory. Oh, and while Aiden's not here, though, if you ever want to forward any of those baby pictures to me.
Oh, of course. I sent them through the chat. I saw Brian's mother send some of hers, so I'll send some of Aiden's as well, you know.
Oh, yes, perfect. They were so cute.
Oh, no.
Your uncle looks down towards you, and he goes, Brian, I hope you don't mind, but I took your staff and made sure that you could use my bow effectively.
How? What? I mean, that's fun, but what did you do?
And he basically shows you the big crystal in the middle, which is the shard of the arm. He passes off to Brian. It's like, yes, of course. Here, let me explain how you use it.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot I already had one.
I've never told
I
you
have
its
two
name,
now.
but it's called dial glass.
Hourglass or dial glass?
Dial glass.
Dial glass. Oh, it's beautiful.
Either way, enjoy your new gift, and good luck. And he's like waving you off along with Aiden's mother. He looks very proud.
Aww.
Very proud of his niece. So yes, that's the bow you got from before that I've finally put the stats up for.
Thank you.
I hope you like it.
I do.
And since it's got the special crystal, you can of course use it.
Yes, I am excited.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I have seen futures for Kuzon.
I will mess with the time stream even more. So yes, you're heading back. Nugget is, of course, attempting to steal little bits and pieces from the bow, but is completely failing. It's a well-made bow.
Oh, good. Stop. Not toy for stealing. Steal from other people, okay?
As soon as you give it the go-ahead, it's fucking gone to everybody else's rooms.
Oh shit. Oh god.
Like, it's just going to be stealing for that entire day. You gave it the go-ahead.
Oh, well, nobody has to know. He's just a rapscallion. Oh, that rapscallion.
But yes, you are allowed inside. What did you fancy on doing here? Or, like, are you going to talk to the person who sent you the communication?
Well, I was gonna say, if someone, if there's stuff going on in the bounty, I think we should like position our station above the planet and get some preliminary scans in from a upwards perspective. You know, get some satellite imaging, get some.
As you do arrive, you do see the salamander who normally greets you is still standing at his small desk, having been relegated to basically greeter and attendant. He's very good at his job. That's what you dedicated him as before, and he's like, well, welcome back, sirs and madams.
Well met.
That's right. Yeah, we're looking into the something's happening down in the bounty. Do you have any information on what's going on?
Oh yes, of course. Here you go. And he passes over a small data pad. According to the data pad that's on there, you can get first-hand experience, but the basic overall thing is that there have been several instances of strange luminescence. Normally it would be bioluminescence, but none of the plants can do that. They have just been glowing and they have no idea why. But yeah, it looks like a spider's web going out from the bounty, essentially. And you can see the blues, the purples going all across.
Oh my, spreading across the entire area, is it? That's a quite widespread phenomenon. Understandable. Who gave the original report? Can you put us in contact with the people that saw this firsthand?
Oh yes, of course. Here you go. And he passes you the contact information, and right away you just see this muscular SRO. He's huge, got big black armor across him, and he's posing, like one arm pointing up and the other flexing back behind him. And you just recognize the name as Bro 9.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
We know this guy. Oh, bro found it? Oh, awesome. Give him a call right up.
He was taking care of some of the more dangerous creatures in the bounty. You know, ones that are not indigenous and what we want to keep around.
Yeah, bounty hunting in the bounty. I see.
Yes. As cool as it may seem, I'm sure everybody here understands that not everything can stay living in there. You know, ecosystems are balanced and all that.
Well, of course, ecological balance is key to any terraforming project.
There was a small task a good while ago that people suggested, but you guys were a bit too busy, so Bro 9 and the others decided to take care of it, and they finally got around to it, and they were just cleaning up. They were delivering armaments and a biocide to take care of a prehistoric species that the last terraforming project brought.
No, that cute dumpy face and those spaced out eyes. Like,
it's like, yeah, they may be a little adorable, but as I said, there's a little something to do with the fact that they do eat entire buildings, convoys, people, creatures, anything. They're kind of ravenous.
understood. They're too dangerous to have around. Probably still looks a little downcast at this.
Yep.
Would it be, if I wanted to figure out if there was a planet with like a similar similar temperature and like atmospheric component stuff, would that be like physical science if we're like brainstorming where they could be moved to theoretically?
You could do physical science if you want to get off your own memory. That would probably be quite difficult given your lack of travel experience. Or you could roll computers to attempt to study online, where of course you would get only the stuff that other people have discovered.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do a bit of Googling.
All right, here goes life science roll again. That's a decent. Oh, that's a really good roll, actually.
All right then. So, basically, Kuzon, you would see that there are quite a few prehistoric planets on Google. A few of them aren't within impactful jurisdiction. Some of them are in vast. In Vest territory, there are quite a few areas like this. So you could probably give them over to the Vesk in some way if they would take them for preservation. Though
Yeah.
Thiveron would know from experience, not exactly the most eco-minded of people.
I'm gonna dial up old bro 9.
You do dial up Bro 9, the image and audio quality is horrible right now. You just see like static, and you say, hey, look, you do it, but
Seem to be having some signal trouble here, bro. Can you ping us your coordinates? And once we've gotten the whole thing through, we'll head down to talk in person.
understood. Setting call now, and bring me some, and you see it cut out.
What does bro need? Does he need protein powder? Does he need workout equipment?
Perhaps you have a trick.
Can I do computer stuff to try to boost their signal?
As you attempt to get deep within the systems, you sadly can't seem to penetrate the weird interference it's having. It's almost a magnetic-like field that's over the entire bounty.
Misfortunate.
Sounds like we have to go down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll invite Raison and everybody else, and I'll walk them through how to apply Star Metal. And I'll have them help me out just to quicken the
Aw.
workload and stuff like that. We'll make it a family project and explain to him how Nicole works.
Showing all your family, it's like, yes, you put this here, and you just see all this is Kenny just climbing over this huge transport.
Yeah.
Speaking of no members on the station, Thiveron,
40 euros.
you happen to know that your master has set up a small place on the station.
Yes.
He has actually set up a small, not exactly a temple, more of a small church. There you go. A small church to your god.
I will go visit before we leave.
If you go visit, you do see it's all
Really?
draped in your god's colors. The symbol is plastered across the door, and you see your master just praying, standing before the statue.
Master Algarian, it is good to meet again.
Oh, it's good to meet you again as well. I had wondered when you would arrive. How do you like?
I think the shrine here is beautiful. I think it's a little gaudy, but you remember my minimalism.
He gives a little nod. I do understand, but you have to understand that this is what draws those who seek faith.
Oh yes, I concur. I prefer a good story or two, but this works as well.
Of course, hopefully my stories are still up to par after being so long away.
Yes, I'm sure you have quite the stories to tell.
Oh, so many. Most of them about you. I'm sure even now you're off to do even greater things.
Yes, actually, I was considering perhaps retirement to the temple for a few years after this whole Tenebrous Guard ordeal. I feel I've compromised my morals in several instances.
Well, that would make sense. It has been an extremely trying time, from what I know.
Yes, and there are people that respect tradition and stories and camaraderie. It is a mystery to me why people like that would need to come into conflict with the Pact and with myself.
Well, their own stories and their own traditions. These things are not always compatible with each other. If they had the insight of us and saw it all as one big whole, perhaps. But people forever will probably be in conflict over these ideals. Their view on things are not the same as our own.
I understand that, and that is how I can drive myself to continue working against them as I have, but I would be lying if I did not admit that this was.
It is hard, isn't it?
Yes. It's a very great weight.
I have studied them much as well. After all, they are your enemy, and I wish to make sure you are safe. From what I know, they are people of, well, as you said, camaraderie. A family, so to speak. They look after their own, even at the cost of becoming enemies with the entire universe. It is respectable in a way. But I have kept you long enough for discussion of philosophy and ideals. We can talk more whenever you desire on the phone.
As we have an ecological crisis to deal with on the colony below, but perhaps after that.
Well then, I bid you farewell. By the time you come back up, I'm sure my church will be in full swing. Perhaps I will teach even a bit of the blade.
I know you really want to push use of swords and blades on me, Master, but the spear has served me well. And regardless of how much we fight over the difference, I believe maybe we'll have to settle this with a sparring match sometime.
Or if you had 4 arms, perhaps you would see things the way I do.
Well, if I had 4 arms, I would simply use 2 spears.
Oh, I see how it is. He gives like a hearty laugh. Well then, off on you, like, go, shoot. You have things to do.
Off you go, shoot, get out.
You have things to do. You've insulted my swords. Go away.
Thiveron bows and then drops a couple of golden coins into onto the altar and then leaves.
You hear him like give like a hearty chuckle at first, but then laughs after your interaction as the doors close. Oh, meanwhile, Bryn, you got 1 level 1 grenade arrow as well. But yeah, do you know why you have one of those?
No, why do I have one of those? Did Nugget give it to me?
Yes, Nugget stole you level 2 arrow.
Oh, who's a good little thief?
There's
Not
like
that.
small chittering. Small chuckle chitter. As you go down towards the surface of the planet Akaton, you can see from the transport window the different cities going past you. You can see even the small area where you went to the Iskedi village before. Even from here, you can see like bright solar panels around the area now. They seem unafraid to stand out.
Even Kuzon, look, they really upgraded their setup down there. Those brand new solar panels?
Ooh. I mean, there's a lot of solar energy to harvest on this planet. Ugh.
I mean, we got a big old vehicle. Let's bring the whole ship along for this ride.
As you are flying down from the dropship, the doors open up and allow you to suddenly speed out of the small doors, just poof. As your ship slowly falls down, small thrusters suddenly kick off from it, as eventually you do land back on Akaton.
Nice.
Welcome back to the planet where you started it all off from.
It's been a while.
Heck yeah. Last time we had to like go and like rent cars and stuff, and this time we got our own gear, our own people.
Oh yes, you are at least 10 levels higher than you were before when you were last here.
Well, we were here since we were.
Yeah,
we fought those bandit drivers, but since we were first here, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Heck yeah.
You can see the ruins of an old outpost as you land on the crumbling road.
Does this seem like really old stuff?
Yes, it is a very, very old vehicle. It looks like an old depot of some kind. Like built from rock and everything.
Well, people here know to improvise with what they can get their hands on.
There we go. It was hype, but now we gotta go down a bit.
The landing's real hype, but now that we're here, it's explore mode.
Exactly. So, you are now on the road to the bounty. You couldn't land on the bounty because it turns out planting trees makes those trees in the way.
Yeah, understandable. Not usually a problem on this planet, but you know, making things better and complicates things.
Even this close, you can see some withered trees that are attempting their very, very best to grow.
You got it, trees. I know you can do it.
Are there any signs? Can I see any obvious signs that it's been like raining or anything like this? As like growing a forest changed? Because usually, having like trees and stuff like that and how they affect the atmosphere, it makes it a lot more likely that it rains. Because all like the humidity buildup that the forest does.
That is very true. You may roll me survival if you wish.
I don't have any survival skill.
Oh, very nice. Yes, you can tell that the land here, it's much less desert, much less dusty than any other place you had been on Akutan before. It's, in fact, kind of, well, normal. Rain has definitely fallen here.
Prava's busy doing showboating, but could someone do some perception checks while we're on the way? I'm pretty sure. Didn't you say these giant creatures came from the ground? So
yeah, I'm a driver. I'll be keeping an eye out.
Thiveron. Well, nobody else notices this since they're all looking on the surface, and like as you're starting to enter towards the bounty, the nice green area, you do start to notice something with your blind sense. You're rolling over empty pockets of ground as you enter in. Seems like something has dug underneath the ground here.
There seem to be subterranean tunnels dug under the roads. We should be very careful. Can I roll life science to know if there's anything on this planet that's capable of that naturally?
You do already know that since you rolled before. That would be the Scarnashers. And also that whale thing you saw before.
ooh, damn! This went from like small plant growth to like straight out mystical forest.
Oh yeah, this is essentially what it looked like in the bounty, like even before you came. It was complete dense forest filled with things. Though you do see evidence of actual people being here now, with small little bridges and walkways that have been slapped together as much as they could be. It's mostly green, of course. I mean, Bryn is more used to fantastical colours, but green's okay.
Why are all your plants the same green color? I don't get it.
There's no variety. It's so boring.
Well, I mean, the plants look different because the plants on your planet don't get direct exposure to sunlight, so chlorophyll isn't necessary.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I
It's just
guess.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, that was really
that's
good.
100% why.
Yeah, that was really nice. I like that. Very nice. But yeah, essentially that's why they're all green. Cole's like nodding and looking outside. I'm gonna need my spray. I see. And you see, you know those that spray that stops mildew and mold from building up that you put in bowling shoes. You see him shake it and start spraying himself with it, his bones. Like,
I'm sure you wouldn't believe the kind of mold he can get in the joints if he doesn't do this, you guys. It's very important.
He like opens his mouth, sprays it in. I can't taste.
Don't try doing that, you guys. I gave it a taste once and it is not good. Very bitter. Astringent as heck.
Also, you, Prava, you're a living being. You can't remove the moisture in your body. You can't. This spray is gonna stop mildew from showing up in my mouth. Or remove all the excess moisture.
I didn't know what it was for. I just saw Cole giving it a taste. I thought it was like candy spray or something. Okay.
It was hilarious, I admit, but I'm glad that he didn't breathe it in.
Oh my god.
By the way, Brian, as you're looking out, it's like, well, at least there's some colour here and there, like there's some red plants, but it's mainly green. There's until you start noticing little purple vines here and there. Doesn't seem normal for this environment.
Interesting. Do I recognize anything about these odd vines?
Sadly not with that roll. You're only able to notice them from the background.
Can I get a sample?
If you stop the truck, then yes. You just need to stop transport.
Guys, where are the vine things? Would you like to check out? Maybe, perhaps, could be nothing, but they're purple.
I mean, I kind of want to get out and walk around anyway. It's such a waste just to roll through this lush, beautiful forest.
You say that, and it's like inside, it's all like AC. You got a drinks holder, like a small dispenser for drinks. I expect it's like all kitted out.
Do we have a pizza replicator on here too?
Well, you could have just bought the one from your ship.
No. That would be ridiculous, because if there's people on the ship who want pizza, they won't be able to have pizza.
Then no, there's only a drinks dispenser.
Damn.
The kids are enjoying their drinks. They're just like... So you stop and the doors open up. The heat and moisture-filled area just slams you right in the face, Prava. Just
sticky. I'm gonna grab an extra large lemonade and slip out of the ship.
Brian, this is probably like heaven for you.
Yeah. Oh my god. When I was in Vegas, like my skin became scaly because it was too dry for me.
I see you're adapting to the Brian way of life.
It was so upset. I was like, I was putting on moisture or lotion every day. I was like, I never need to do this, but I've become a scaly monster.
As a fellow coastal, going inland is really weird. The air is completely different. I couldn't even imagine like an actual desert like Nevada.
Humans are so amazing, just how fast they adapt to areas. It's like, yes, humans on the inland are totally different from humans on the coast.
Oh, and people up in the mountains are like way different than everyone else too. Like, I remember going out to like Alberta and being like up in the Rocky Mountains, and I was just lightheaded all the time because the air was so thin.
Yeah. When I went to Colorado, they had oxygen bars, and there was one day that we went and got oxygen because we were feeling so lightheaded and had headaches and stuff all day. And I was like, oh my god, this is so great.
It's so nice just to have a normal level of oxygen again.
I sell you air. This is normal air.
They had like little air canisters, and you put in like at the hospital those little nose drips of oxygen.
My God. But yes, looking outside, you see like little bugs and the like fluttering about. Life that you hadn't seen anywhere else on Akiton. The sheer amount of liveliness, it's almost stepping into a different world. You see trees waving in the wind, it's blocking most of the extreme heat from above. You do see the purple vines that you parked next to, by the way.
We're here investigating magical bullshit, so I'm gonna investigate these with mysticism and see if there's anything.
Do you wish me to help you? The book comes out of your backpack and staring at you.
I was just about to call you. Gosh, you're so good at knowing when I need you. You should just pop out when you think you're necessary.
I shall be reminded of this. You also get a +2, so that's 27. You can see that what's coming through here is almost like pure magic. Sort of the same sort of thing that you had that was with Bryn's crystal. Like magical radiation of some kind. Though it's more just being passed through the plant and it doesn't seem dangerous. I mean, none of your plant life or insects seem affected by it.
There's some sort of energy here, mystical in nature. Thiveron, Bryn, you're our specialists. You ever seen anything like this before?
Mystical environment nonsense, you say?
You want me to roll life science or mysticism, Ash?
They'll give you 2 different types of information. Like Bryn picked
so
mysticism.
since Brian's rolling the mysticism, I'll roll the life science.
Okay.
Bam.
Ooh, I love these rolls. Right, so let's first go to mysticism. You can tell just by messing around with it, your people are very connected to plants. All you have to do is touch it, and you just, as you touch it, your hand starts slowly becoming purple as well, like small little vein-like structures coming along your hand. Like giving it your part plant. You feel stronger, invigorated almost. Like you could just keep going, you know? Almost like having like 10 energy drinks at once. It's just, yeah. But,
Yeah, okay. I was going to pull Bryn away from that. The second he sees the purple spreading through her hand, just like, nope.
do you allow him to take you off of it?
No, go right back. No. This is for science, magical science.
Okay, but look, it's like doing something to you. It's like seeping into you. We don't know the nature or like what it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Give me a moment. Let me concentrate.
As you're doing that, and it's still affecting you, by the way, but Thiveron, you do see, like, as Bryn's touching it, the plant itself is much healthier. The vine is much healthier than any other vine that's around it. Like, it goes off into the forest proper, but like the others, they seem like normal, attaching themselves to plants, absorbing their nutrients, the same sort of thing. This one seems perfectly happy just to grow on its own, not attach itself to anything, and just wander off. Like, it just seems like it's going. It's not natural for its life cycle, since vines are normally parasitic in nature. And it looks so much healthier, apart from the purple glow, of course. Which, Bryn, could you roll me a willpower?
Will.
Kuzon,
will.
Are you just watching the scene of this happening with your kids as you're just drinking drinks? Like, what do you think they're going to do next?
I mean, I'm probably checking out the... I'm probably just like... Are we all still piled into the car looking out?
No, everybody's outside.
Yeah. I'm probably just like checking out some of the plants and stuff like that I've never seen before. Because I've lived on this planet for a long time, but there's probably like a bunch of native plants. I think Kuzon's just kind of like captured in checking out like the trees and stuff?
You can see one tree, which is the one here inside the picture. You see it almost, it's like it's breathing. Like literally air, like hot, damp air goes in, but then from the other holes, like cool air, just pure, like oxygen just comes out, and it's like a wave of, like you can breathe it in, just so nice. It's probably one of the plants, the trees that are used mainly for terraforming. But yeah, Brian, your mask is attempting to manifest itself in a way.
Oh, I will allow it.
Okay.
I also let go of the plant, by the way.
Well, before you let go of the
is this
plant,
part of it?
yeah, before you let go of the plan, you started hearing small whispers. They're kindly, motherly, almost encouraging you, going, "It's okay." It's like, grow, be happy, keep going. But as that happens and you allow the mask take over, everybody else just sees this shadowy form appear over your shoulder. It reaches out and it attempts to grab onto you, Prava.
Oh, hello, friend. Long time no see.
Do you allow it to grab onto you?
Yeah, sure.
It grabs onto your arm and starts pulling Brian away from the plant root.
Okay, Prava's gonna assist now that it knows its intent.
Yeah, it's like, and it pulls you away, Brian, as the shadowy arm pulls on Prava, but then lets go of his arm and shrinks back into you. Like,
Okay. This makes sense. Something's. I mean, we already know this. We should follow this vine. Whatever it connects to is the source of all of the weirdness. Probably, it's a plant mom.
A plant mom?
She's definitely a mom. Maybe if she turns out not to be evil, we could add her to our mom group.
I mean, yeah, if she's like... I don't know what you mean by a plant mom. Plants traditionally don't have very firm plant parenting roles, but...
It does seem like the route that you saw, well, the vine that you saw, does lead up to a tree. It's wrapped around the tree, but it's not latched onto it. It's more just draped over it and having grown from the ground. It's weird. It's just... It's like everything's in natural harmony and just relaxing. It's not the competition that it normally has.
Look, everything's so in harmony here. The big trees aren't choking out the life of the shrubs. There's no weed competition. Everything seems to have found a nice niche for itself. Almost like it's all like hand-guided.
I mean, you know how I normally am. I mean, not that I normally go into the whole "my race is like this" thing, but as a hobgoblin, I feel like competition makes stuff greater, stronger. This seems more like the world's being lazy.
Nonsense. This reminds me more of, you weren't there with us, but we were on a planet, like, hand-designed by artists and goddesses. It was a veritable paradise where all of the animals worked together, and I see this as like a microcosm of the Pact Worlds, you know? A bunch of species that have moved and evolved past the need to fight each other and can work together towards a greater good.
Yeah, I see. Kind of like how that robot there is completely crushed against that tree then.
What? The robot? Where?
And you see, like, there's this drone. Like, it's an average, everyday drone that looks like it was used for scouting. But the vines have dug into it, crushed it against a tree like a tin can.
Okay, it's not row 9. Whew.
You do see that there's a little bit of a tree cut out as Noel slows down the beetle for you to get a good look. It's a little section of a tree cut out, probably for sampling, but it looks like the tree may have had an extreme reaction.
Oh, so the drone came to take a sample and the tree fought back. Okay.
I count ourselves lucky that we didn't attempt to take a sample of the plant earlier.
Agreed.
Cole leans in towards you, Prava. I take it back. These things rule.
See, look, just because they're pretty and they don't want to hurt others doesn't mean they can't defend themselves.
Maybe, but doesn't this pose a different kind of problem now? So, Cole's worried that any colonists or anybody who ever comes to a planet will be murdered, and this stuff will spread.
Oh, no.
Prava,
Evil
though, is
plans.
Prava's like, no, I'm sure it will stay where it is.
And the tree was all like purple and blue and like clearly related to Plant Mom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Plant Mom is not only making it strong, but giving it things to fight back.
Yeah, but only defensively. It only crushed that drone because it cut a sample out of the tree. And it only crushed Cole's drone because he threw it on the smallest, weakest looking bush he could find.
See, but then, like, what if... So, the people of this planet, the whole reason we're doing this is so that the lands may flourish and they can have crops and it'd be nice. But then if they can't till the dirt because the plants will smack them, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
Look, it's only covering a small part of the reforested area. So
Now...
you expect this one organism to cover an entire planet?
They have the vines that are growing out.
Cole's like, I already told him, let's just get to recordings and we'll
Oh
see
my
what
goodness.
happens. It's like, don't worry. Hopefully Prava was right. Hopefully we can talk this all out and it will stay in its own area. If that's true, then it could be good for the environment. As he's about to walk in, he makes sure to spray himself down again. It's like, God damn the moisture. How are you doing? He looks towards Thiveron, who's like still is of course fluffy and used to cold. Or are you just stuck next to the AC?
Yeah.
Just not moving at all. It's like, I'm fine.
Yeah, kind of.
Ah, I see. So, as you are...
Yeah, it seems to have the colors of Plant Mom, too. And look, we have a camp here that seems to be in one piece.
From a distance, this token on the left of us looked like a dog, and I was like, what is this robot dog?
What, you mean this person?
Yeah, that one. From a distance. I thought it was a robot dog because of the lapel, I guess.
Kind of like a snout. I kind of see it.
It does look like to be somebody who's flagging down your beetle truck as it starts coming along. It's like, hey, over here.
Can I hop out? Greetings. You're with the survey team, are you?
It gives a nod. It's like, I'm part of Pact World's representative. I'm just making sure everybody followed, protocol.
Certainly. And what's the protocol that we're supposed to be following?
Oh, of course. You see safety and making sure we don't mess up the environment, no littering, basically all that sort of stuff. Currently, the main protocol is, where have the scientists gone?
That sounds more like a question than a protocol. This sounds more like a concern.
Okay, don't tell anybody, but we've lost the scientists.
That's really bad.
I should probably introduce myself. Hello, I'm Captain Prava of the Perseverance.
Oh, I've heard of you. Like, he holds out his hand to shake yours.
Prava shakes like, yeah.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. We're tentatively in charge of this project, I suppose. One of our employees, Bro9, I believe, was here. He contacted us with this coordinate set.
Oh, yeah, he's just over there at camp. He points down the small slope, and you see Bro9 over at camp. He's just looking over the area.
You've probably already told the worst group of people possible about the issue, since we're technically the people in charge. But that's okay. How long ago did the scientists go missing?
Well, you see, this area had popped up and, well, everything had been fine. We were investigating the area, testing with trees and plants. They were going to conduct an experiment, but then we heard rumbling underground, and me and Nine, me and Nine decided to go and, investigate the area. And when we returned, they were missing.
So security went on a walk together and left the... Okay.
Well, nothing too dangerous. They had turrets.
And are the turrets missing too?
Yes.
Okay, how about you get together a whole list of all the missing personnel, their names and distinguishing features, and all the missing equipment, and I'll go see what Bro needs from us.
Okay, I will. I think that was around about 5. He says as he wanders off this direction. I'm just gonna go.
And don't go too far, and be careful. The purple trees are very reactive. Don't damage any plant life, or it'll hit back.
Okay. I'm just gonna go back to my drop ship then. He's going over. You see a small drop ship off in the distance. He's gonna walk off. By the way, Noelle does step out after getting ready inside of the car as well in her body, and she actually looks different than she did before. And she looks like this.
Oh, cute.
You can see that she's actually removed all the armored platings on her body. Now there's basically synth fiber and basic components.
Trying to make herself look less intimidating.
Basically, this seems to be much more stealthy of an operation.
She was being considerate of what our goals were out here. Such a thoughtful girl.
Yes.
Prava, I know we're in a rush to go meet with Bro 9, but Prava's going to spend 10 minutes heaping praises onto his cute robot daughter.
Robot daughter. She's a good girl.
Anyway, we came here to do a job. Hold on, let me get the supplies I brought. Okay, let's see. I got the protein powder, the high quality stuff one of my streamer friends recommended, big fitness streamer. And then I got some Mobile One extended performance synthetic oil. Perfect. All right, let's go meet up with Bro.
Okay, let's go. And they're going to start going down this way. Wait a minute, I think the car would be back here. There we go. That's better.
That makes sense.
There you go. Now it's no longer hanging off the ridge. Noelle's not that bad of a driver.
Bro 9, hello, are you here?
Yes, hello, I am here.
Hey, buddy. Our transmission got cut off when we were on the way, so I wasn't sure exactly what you were asking for. I brought you some stuff that I think you might be lacking out here.
Oh, and he's he was just ah, beautiful. What did you bring me? He's holding out his large hands.
Prava just dumps the bag of stuff in his hands. Just, here you go.
Oh my. So because we saw the bush destroy that spider, right?
Yeah.
That mechanical spider. How is he looking? Does he look like he's in decent shape?
He does have some broken panels here and there, and there looks to be a line of crushed paneling along his shoulder, but otherwise he seems totally functional.
I'm just gonna look at Bro 9 and just be like, do you mind if I do? It's I gotta patch you up, buddy. It looks like it's been a while since technicians gotten their hands on you.
Oh, that would be amazingly. Nobody here knew how to fix me up. And he goes over near the small area here, and he sits on a log. He's and you hear the log creak under his weight. And And he's like looking at all thing. He's like, oh, you forgot me protein powder for my synthetic muscles. You remembered how it was built. He's like looking at you all proud.
Probably never understood in the first place. He just thought big, muscly guy protein powder. That was as much thought as he put into it.
Yeah, he spent a while talking to Kuzon about how his muscles worked. He's like, yes, lab grown. Works like real muscle. Can build it up. And he's like,
Oh, damn. I didn't expect that to actually be useful for him. So.
Yeah, I thought you remembered. That's what you did.
Well, that's why I didn't say anything. I wasn't like, oh, that's wrong. I was just like,
But yeah, he's like, oh, I can't believe you got me it. Nice. He's like, he's gonna mix up a small little cup of it, like into the like bit of a SRO drink that you got in, which is essentially kind of oil but more organic. He's like, yeah. He's like, as he's been fixed up by Kuzon. What is this? Oh yes, yeah. Basically, you're starting to patch up his paneling. It's like, yeah. Oh, you guys do it anyway. Yeah.
Fine. We saw some interesting stuff on the way here. Have you been tussling with these plants at all?
Recently, yes. They didn't start out that way, though.
Well, I assume they're non-aggressive. I mean, Bryn here managed to commune with one of them, and she got some very encouraging feelings from them.
Oh.
Yeah, but that aren't plants, so I don't know if that... It might be encouraging to other plants.
Well, that may be true. I mean, this is the place where it all started.
Right here?
Yeah. Around about this area is where the anomalies started happening. We found this clearing and decided to set up shop.
I see. What's this water like? Is it like regular water, or does it have this like green iridescent color kind of represented in the...
But as you tap the water, you notice that it is in fact the galaxy wrong water. Your hand goes like straight through and dips in. But yes, if you go up to it, you do see that it's like got this emerald green tint to it.
I see. So this is where it started, you say. Is there like some plant at the core of all of it? Where did it start to spread from exactly?
Where it started spreading from exactly? We didn't determine it just yet, but, well, the location we're standing on. There wasn't much markings or anything, so we just set up camp here.
Thiveron, you were able to identify before that the ground was hollow beneath us. Are you getting the same feeling from this earth here?
Can I take a perception check for that?
Yes, you may. Are you, like, going over and holding your hand down to the ground?
Yeah, I'm like feeling for vibrations in the ground or looking for potential sinkholes anywhere where the ground might give way. Or for like any signs that trees are unstable because like their roots have been pulled out from under them, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. When with me, you would know from where you're standing on the ridge. Let me see how far. Yeah, you could roundabout. But yeah, from here, you sense that there is like hollowness. Where are you going to do it to? Here? Yeah, you could do it.
I'm just walking around and looking for stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, with your blind sight, you know that over in this direction, on this side of the river, like over here where this fallen tree is.
I'm gonna hop onto this rock and then hop onto the river and say, I believe that there are some tunnels beneath the northwestern area.
Yes, there are some tunnels around about where you're heading now, like underground, but there is something else you sensed with your blind sense as you were close enough to camp. The camp, that area, is on, like, it should not be as solid as it is. Like, it feels like trying to feel through a fully lead wall.
I'm going to get out my brawler frame.
Strange.
Like, the ground is literally too dense.
The ground is unnaturally dense here.
I can just see what Prava's doing in some ways.
I mean, look, I saw the thing. Prava saw the thing. Prava's wandered off from the group.
Plus 3.
Thiveron, you would know that essentially they made sure to treat the soil instead of importing anything. This is all
okay.
natural. Prava's like pointing to different locations. Everybody's like, soil. Everybody's like, fucking shit.
Then what lets those things tunnel through the soil where my equipment can't?
I'm pretty close to this thing. Does it have a mind?
Yes, it does.
Prava's gonna wave at it.
If you want to take a better look at it. Like, it looks like that.
That cutie. He looks like a Pokemon.
It does make a little woo noise. Almost like a whistling noise. Woo.
It's a little forest sprite of some kind.
It's like tilting its head.
Prava's just gonna like mirror its own mannerisms back to it.
It's like tilt head, tilt head, tilt head, tilt head.
Tell me your secrets.
I'm gonna tentatively reach out telekinetically and just kind of blast it with some feelings of curiosity.
It also does the same to you. But that being said, Thiveron, I think you may have enough evidence in order to roll mysticism at this point.
Will do.
You are starting to recognize certain signs. The soil being impassable, the glowing fauna, the strangeness of their movement and actions, the weird creatures that Prava's interacting with in the trees. This has the smell and the actions of the Fae. Like, basically the opposite of the Shadow realm.
I believe that we may have stumbled upon magic of the first world.
First world, but these cuties look so young.
Fey magic tends to sustain those that come from it.
You can hear like
You can think of it as the reason why a gnome can live for hundreds of years without aging a single day.
No, you mean those squat little fellows you see sometimes on Absalom? They
Yes.
live that long?
Yes, they can.
Huh. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just thought that everyone I saw was a kid. You don't really see a lot of them.
No.
goes up to one. It's like, "Hello, kid. How are you doing?" It's like, "Fuck off." You're rude.
Like, hey, are you looking for your mom? Wow, what the hell, man?
Get off my dick, schmuck. He lights up a cigarette. And now I want to make a gnome NPC that looks like a kid and smokes heavily.
Thiveron, when you're walking over there, could you roll me another perception? I'm sorry I keep getting you to roll, but you're the only one with blind sense.
It's fine. I also have a plus 24 to perception, so
Oh, jeez,
what I'm here for. So, like, I have a plus 26 to mysticism and a plus 24 to perception. If that gives you any range of how bad I'm actually rolling.
Yeah, but
'Cause I know these
still,
are big numbers, but these are still bad rolls for Thiveron.
I don't think you can fail still because you do sense this being here in the water.
I'm sensing a being. Turn around slowly.
You do see it, and I'm just gonna bring something up. I do have an image because I like images. I like these.
Hand on my mysticism button to identify.
This is what it looks like. You just see these eyes peering up at you.
Can I try to identify what type of creature that is before it kills me?
Oh.
I'm sure it can't kill you.
I mean, she looks more scared of you than you are of her.
Oh,
With those
wow.
terrified eyes.
You would know this creature as a water nymph.
Do I know what languages they normally speak?
Sorry, did my dyslexia accident up. It's for water elemental language.
Okay, Aquan.
That's it. Thank you. Sorry.
I don't speak Aquan. I don't think I speak Aquan. I speak like 12 languages, but I don't speak that
Also
one.
known to speak several languages of the first world, so any primal language may work.
I will try Elven. I'll speak in Elven and say, I know you are there. There's no use hiding. We're not here to harm you.
It seems more scared now a little bit as soon as you seem to speak to it, but it does actually recognize what you said, and it does slowly stand up out of the water.
Yeah, Thiveron is like setting his spear on the ground and holding his hands out so that you can see where his hands are.
Ah, I see. It does look a little bit... Of course, in legend, like, nymphs are normally depicted as... How do I say this? You know, sexy young ladies and all that sort of thing. But normally the truth is a little more twisted than anything. As you do see, like, this androgynous creature is very much like... Well... As I can show you the picture, markings all over, no real defining features to it. It's almost glowing eyes staring at you. Its ethereal nature is very... The spirit is happy to take this. It doesn't seem to have any arms, but it's like toying with it.
Thiveron's going to continue speaking to it in Elven. Is this your forest? We did not mean to trespass, if that is the case.
It shakes its head and slowly raises its arm out of the water, its hair dripping out the way, and it actually points in this direction. Like over here.
So that creature has dominion over this place.
It gives a small nod. It's still going to
Do
remain
you serve
more
that
staring at
creature?
you. She nods. It nods. They nod. It's hard with Faye.
I'll say my name is Thiveron. These are my companions, Bryn, Prava, and Kuzon. None of us mean you any harm. And if the Sheeran is awkward, that is just the way that he is. Don't hold it against them.
I'm sorry if Sharon is so friendly. By the way, Bo9's just looking over and it's like,
Hey, I heard my name over here. Check out this little cutie that I... Oh, you found someone too. Hello.
He's like blocking Prava from
just fucking runs over. He's like, no.
Is there anything that we may call you, now that I've introduced ourselves?
Despite the fact that it's like looking towards Prava, it seems much more concerned with the two giant metal men over here.
I introduced this one as Kuzon.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
still
don't
a bit more
don't worry
intimidating.
about this one either. His name is Bro 9.
Bro 9 gives a slow thumbs up.
That is a gesture of peace and goodwill in where we come from.
As she speaks, she does speak in like a very primal type tongue, almost like she doesn't really know how to speak Elven properly. But you do get to pick up her name. She says her name is Wayla.
Wayla. It is good to make your acquaintance. Hopefully our time here will be amicable. If you would excuse us, we are going to talk with the spirit that holds domain over this forest.
She gives a small nod to this, and still watching you, like out of just sheer curiosity.
Hold on. Da. Thiveron is going to take out the magical crystal that he got that used to be his master's in the dusty basement of that antique shop, and start playing recorded music on it and walk up to the river and set it down in front of them and say, "This is an offering for you." And we go in friendship from this point on.
It goes up to it now and is like listening intently to it. It seems like so happy to hear it. Like it's like interested in the music despite its shy nature. Oh, from your previous thing where you discover that this stuff seems to be more first world like, you would also know from your mysticism that's why Brian's mask reacted so fuck this type motion. Because of course those two realms are completely juxtaposed.
Yeah, well, the Feywild isn't necessarily hospitable to material plane life to begin with. So, Thiveron does not blame it at all for saying first world, get the fuck out.
Very true, though there are spirits from the first world that tend to come over.
Oh,
even like being like dryad and stuff like that, but normally they're the ones who make sure to live with nature. So this is still pretty damn strange by your like understanding.
Yeah.
Hey, Thiveron, what language have you been speaking this whole time?
I've been speaking basic Elven. Do you not speak Elven?
No, I speak some Dwarven and some Aklo and some Infernal and some Abyssal and some Yasaki.
You should learn. I would think that patrons and subscribers to your channel, if they lived for thousands of years, would be a very good long game strategy.
I mean, I guess,
Just a thought.
but like, I'm not like wouldn't they rather someone who's going to be around for a while?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm like a candle for them. Why would they be interested in some silly little Sharon that's going to live for like 0.1% of their lives?
You've not met many elves, have you? When they find a project, they tend to obsess.
I guess.
And
I know
maybe...
Celestial too. Would they know Celestial?
Fae are not related to Celestials.
No,
not saying that they would not know it. These seem to be crowding around us. Makes me uneasy. And Thiveron's first standing on end.
No, they're just curious. They're harmless little fellas, aren't you?
Are they starting to crowd around like the music tube?
They're basically coming over to listen to the music. Some have like gathered around Cole. Like the one that was handling the toy maker's orb is now like on like Cole's shoulder. He seems a bit disturbed by it.
Oh. If they seem to be interested in it in the sense of building even more goodwill, I'm going to burn a resolve point for my flute playing to roll profession flute player with a +11.
Oh, that's nice. Do it. Play that flute.
So it's actually a 32.
Oh, that's nice. So basically you join in the music, playing along your flute. You just feel the like the motion of the Fae going back and forth, enjoying the noise that you're making. They seem calmer, less apprehensive towards you.
Thiveron and Bard now.
By the way, in case you wanted to see what the so-called main spirit looked like, there's this, and there's also this.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah, looks kind of like a dark grass type Pokemon.
You can't collect them.
Damn.
Evolutions are right there. Are you sure? Like, you wouldn't have to like catch them and
Picks
follow
up
so
a
we can,
rock.
like-
I'm gonna be a Fey World Master, and just chucks it.
Those fucking beans for fucking spit.
Sorry, that is also a traditional greeting in the background.
That's a horrible greeting.
Say, Cal, do you know anything about the Fae? What do they eat? I should get some snacks for them.
Some do not eat, but they sometimes enjoy candy, sweet things, indulgence.
Oh, all I got with me is, oh, we got the drink maker from the car. I'll be right back, guys. You're gonna love lemonade.
By the way, while you guys are over there, Noelle is actually playing with a spirit. Like, she's touching its fluffy, like, almost moth-like ear things, just like playing with them, and the spirit's letting her.
Now that they're closer, can I take a decision to identify those spirits?
Yes, you may.
Why? The low rolls.
Let me see. Does anybody want to aid? Like, Bryn, since you're, very naturey, did you want to aid?
Brian's dead.
Oh, she's be right back. I apologize. But yes, I'm gonna say you can get some automatic help since it's only 10 and Brian's, mysticism plus.
Well, if you want, I can burn one of my mentor ability to give me a take 10 in a situation I normally can't. Should give me a 30. Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Take 10 for the 36.
Understood. Right. So if you do 36, you would know that these are so incredibly young. Like, these are essentially nature spirits, things akin to dryads or the spirit of a forest, something that's birthed in an instant. Like, basically what comes from a first world into a new world when druids need to bring a spirit in to look after a forest, to nurture it, to care for it. This is an incredibly young one. You can see that it doesn't have any of the experience of ones you have ever heard of or seen in stories, but its ethereal nature, its companions, that's what these are. They are essentially the same creature as the one over next to Noelle, but it's just a part of it. Like the helpers, the spirit helpers. Essentially, this is the mother tree, so to speak, as you put it.
Okay, so Thiveron, now knowing the real importance of very good diplomatic ties with the new spiritual custodians of our work here on the planet, continues playing the flute. Good impression is everything, especially with a Fae.
Good impressions. But yeah, essentially that's what you feel. By the way, if you're handing out lemonade, Prava, they're gonna sip at it straight away.
Excellent, good. Just a tiny little paper cup half full for each one.
I can't wait for one to go is there fruit in this?
Yeah,
you're giving a life form that we have no idea what its diet
my
is.
book
My
said they
mother
like
was a
candy.
lemon.
My magic book said they like candy. Okay.
Okay.
My mother was a lemon tree.
Since you just got back, Thiveron just basically discovered that this is essentially a nature spirit. Think of it like a nature elemental or dryad. It's meant to take care of a grove.
They're nature spirits from the first world. Thiveron gave them an offering of his little music cylinder that he got a long time ago that he's recorded music on and is accompanying it with his flute as an offering and proper diplomatic relationships. The last thing he wants to do is piss off a Fae, because that never goes well. Never.
But yes, as you are talking to them, you do suddenly feel a small rumble from where Thiveron had walked before.
Uh-oh.
You see a creature burrowing out from the ground.
Goodness.
Just imagine like a Monster Hunter style, just erupting out of the ground and rock flying all over the place.
Exactly. It bursts from the ground, bits of rock flying everywhere as the water nymph dives into the water. The small spirit looks confused, but also aggravated by the creature. The Scar Gnasher is making its way through the trees, ignoring their little touches and attacks as it just pushes past them.
Oh.
Prava's gonna send reassuring thoughts and feelings to the head of the creatures and slowly manifest his weapon.
Thiveron is going to pick his spear up off of the ground and stop playing. It can never just be peaceful, can it?
Beautiful.
Did Thiveron share the information with us that our new spirit friends don't like things from the shadow plane?
Yes.
Okay. So don't summon the lads this fight. Got it.
Uh-oh.
Well, remember, like, I formed a telepathic connection between all of us. We can all communicate with each other telepathically anywhere on the material plane. So, like, anything he finds out, he's just thinking that at everybody.
So are we going to try to capture this guy, or are we taking him out? What's the...
We take him out. We're going to find the eggs.
I don't think we
and
can
transplant them.
Yeah, he's a huge creature. He's bigger than our car, so...
We might be able to sell, if it has like a nest or something, we might be able to salvage some eggs and such. But this isn't a trainable animal. Like, we would have to force it into, yeah. Unfortunately.
All right. That's all I needed to hear.
Okay. First things first, Kuzon.
I get to test out my new movement speed and stuff. So I am just going to, I don't want it to, okay, so I have my flight system, and I think with my flight system and everything together, I can get to the other side of this lake without having to touch it.
Yep, go ahead.
So I'm just going to do a big leap, and I'm going to land right here. So I basically want to be between...
Yep, you're there. Don't worry.
Yeah, and then I'm going to throw punch.
Fuzzy puncher.
What's the threat range on that guy?
This guy?
Yeah.
The thing is, Kuzon's also a 10-size creature, so his token is inside of the 10 range.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Dang, I only rolled a 4?
Oh, no, you did not hit. I am sorry. But you are close now. You are Guardian. Thiveron.
Okay. I am going to first attempt to slow this thing down, I believe. Drawing on kind of like the spirit energy that's around him, he's going to cast Ectoplasmic Eruption in a 30-foot radius burst that avoids Kuzon but hits him.
Okay. I assume you probably avoid hitting the plant life as well.
Oh, that was a bad roll. Yeah, he's trying to avoid the plant life, but he's drawing on their spiritual energy.
Right, since I've pre-rolled everything, he does not hit because his reflex save is rubbish.
Okay, so he takes 16 damage and he's entangled.
Oh man, already?
It's Thiveron. He's going to take all your creatures' attacks away. And then he's going to start moving into position.
Okay. Bro9 is going to bring out his rather large minigun. And he's going to fire. And he hits once in his combo and hurts it for 20 damage. The main spirit is going to place a buff on you, Prava.
Ooh.
Your movement speed is now twice the new movement speed.
Ooh. Okay.
She's going to throw a water bolt, which sadly misses. Brian.
I am going to use one of my new diamond tip arrows.
God, I love pre-rolling. It's so much quicker.
It really is.
Oh. That...
My second attack hits.
Yeah, that's still a lot of damage. I love it.
Hold on. I haven't rolled my diamond tip arrow stuff.
Oh wait, that's not even your diamond?
No, I haven't like edited it in separately. 3d6. That's additional damage on the second attack.
Yeah, that just pierces. God, even with his damage resistance. I should have made this guy an adult version. This guy's getting fucking smashed. I mean,
I have new toys to use.
it's like,
We
yeah,
were secretly built for monster killing all along.
it's like, I'm sure this guy can give them a challenge, but then it's like, nope. These guys are going to transform. Boom. In case you want to look at them.
Ah, cute. Ah, cute.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my god, they're so awesome. They have little crossbows.
Let's see. I'm going to get 2 of them to fire. Miss, hit, but only for 5 damage. He rolled low. Prava.
It's me. Real fast now. I have an 80-foot move. A lot of which is flying. So I'm gonna come to like here.
Just whoosh.
It's whoosh, like a blur of Prava over here. I'm gonna go into photon mode. And this boy's getting the good old cold blast. That's
Holy
right. That's right.
shit.
Do you like my creatures? Do you like combat? Because I'm not so
69
sure.
cold
What the
damage.
fuck?
Nice.
Nice. So where do you want to push him? Because I think entangled would still apply even if you move him 5 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna push him just back 5 feet. So like to here.
Well, Kuzon, you get an attack of opportunity.
That's the wrong
Does
face.
it count when he's?
Yeah, force movement in.
Amazing.
My poor creature. My baby.
No. Now you know what it was like when I threw the pukey at you guys, and then fucking Aaron just crit it for 90% of its health in the first round. the inflict wounds.
But Nicole, yeah, force movement does provoke attack opportunities. We had this entire discussion about this before. Apparently, yeah, because we can move people and
It's
attack.
a difference between
Yeah.
it's because in 5th edition it doesn't.
Yeah,
and Starfinder does.
It's a little confusing since we're doing both systems. I poor creature. Maybe I should throw another one at you.
That just bursts out. My friend
Right.
Sean did that to us once with dinosaurs.
It can still attack you though. Kuzon, you're a dick. So what does the entangled thing does? Does it still mean he can attack? Or does it mean he just can't move?
So I think his movement is halved. He's taking some negatives.
Let me see a second.
Conditions.
There we go.
Tangled. Moves at half speed, can't run or charge. It takes a -2 penalty to AC attack rolls, reflex saving throws, initiative checks, and dexterity-based skill and ability checks.
Oh, so not attacks then.
Attack rolls. Yeah.
Okay. So
AC
-2.
attack rolls, reflex saves, initiative checks, and dex-based skill and ability checks.
Okay, right. 1d20. Oh, actually,
It's pretty mean.
I pre-rolled this. What's your AC? Your normal AC.
31 is my kinetic AC.
31. He hits 3 of his attacks, but misses the other 3.
Oh,
2 of
Jesus.
them because
You
they're
just spin the win.
-2.
Wow.
Right, so I'm gonna roll damage now because you're dicks. Here's Chomp.
Oh, whoa. Dang, okay. That chumps through all of my temporary hit points.
Chomp.
Hit.
So he chomps you, snaps, and he attempts to tail whip you, which misses. Then he attempts to shoulder check you with spikes, misses, other side, and misses.
I still
He's not
take
gonna
like
last.
I still take a lot of damage. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, he was meant to be tough and dangerous, but you guys ruined my boy. Carry on, Kuzon. What are you gonna do?
I'm still considered in his like threatened radius, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's like
so I have
here.
to do. Okay, I did.
Because you're not moving your full square into range like you were before, he would get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, and as long as I stay within
Unless
that
you
range, I don't
5-step.
trigger.
You could just 5-step if you wanted to take a attack, but you remember,
No.
you have a 10-foot reach as well?
Yeah, but I just have a fun thing I want to do.
Oh, carry on, do it. Fun thing. Go ahead.
I want to try and leap up and get on this thing's back.
You want to leap and get on this. It would make an attack of opportunity, but you can do this.
Well, what I want to do is, and I don't know what part of it makes. I want to use my new heel thrusters, and I want to like boost my jump and basically just try to jump backwards and like grab it and try to pull it away. If that makes any sense. Almost
wanna-
like you're trying to, yeah.
You want to essentially bull rush it. Like, move
Yeah.
it back. Okay, make an attack then.
And it gets a. If I use my heels for it, I gain a +2 to attempts to like bull rush and stuff.
Yeah.
If I use it as part of my movement.
Yeah, go ahead. I would allow that. So, right, Kuzon. I guess that's fucking it, isn't it? Right, so...
I'm not doing damage to it. I'm just grappling it because I wanted to like wrestle it and like try to knock it down, basically.
Oh yeah, but you got to quit. If you if you want, you can put it on its back if you really desire to. So yeah, you do crit, but in other words, you can basically move it with that crit over its AC, basically up to 15 feet away. So you can slam it 15 feet anywhere you like in like these directions.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll. My goal is just to get it away from the guys who are like this thing did a lot of damage to me, so I know it's tough. I just want to get it away from the creatures and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna go low, right?
Yeah.
And try to use my flight system and combine it with my heal just for flavor, and just basically like try and go low and then lift it and just topple it onto its back like a bit away.
So you're like grabbing onto its spikes as you're going up and just like.
Yeah.
Okay, it basically flips over. It's like boom. You can be on the other side of it if you really want to. Just like, it's like on its back. I would say it's it's vulnerable as well, so I'm gonna give people a +2 to hit. And of course, it's another +2 if you're in melee, but
It's a prone.
it's a prone. Oh my god, Thiveron, please don't.
It's a
crit it.
prone, a pizza. Oh, if my rolls continue like that fucking Lancer game, I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, seeing it drag to the ground like that, he's just gonna throw a spear at it.
Throw spear.
Crit, crit, crit.
God, it's 3 criticals.
Nah. Probably not.
+2. No, sadly you did not. God, that would have been amazing fucking damage though. Fuck me.
Yep.
That just missed it. You actually, I think you would have hit if you were actually doing melee.
Yeah.
Bro 9, he attacks, and he misses both attacks. Oh, poor Bro 9. Spirit is gonna appear over here. Since it looks like you're about to go next, it's gonna buff you. It looks like it has buffed your attack. First World Magic Bryn. Bryn, you may attack.
Wait,
So you
I got
may-
buffed?
Yep, you may roll an additional 1d10. What this 1d10 is for, I will not tell you.
Ooh, well, I like shooting my arrow. This time, I'm not going to shoot my fancy bullets because they're expensive. And then I'm just going to full attack that guy. And then I roll a d10.
1d10, yes. Eight. Let me have a look. This should be fun. Hang on a minute, the sheet's loading.
It's weird. It's like I got battle music playing in my ears.
Oh, cool. Okay. So, what you said you did was you add +8 damage to your attack, but you also do a wild magic. And since I looked at it and rolled it for you, you get to speak 1 additional language per day. Like, just for today.
Just for today. Well, I'll speak whatever language they speak.
You speak the language of the first world.
Yeah.
Oh my,
Sylvan.
my poor baby. I don't think he's gonna survive.
Oh, wait. The
Oh.
language was Sylvan? Oh, okay. I have Sheeran, not Sylvan.
Miss. Oh wow, those guys rolled bad. Prava. Maybe he will get another turn.
I highly doubt it.
Oh no.
This boy's getting full attacked with pure Solarian cold.
Okay, how do you finish him? He's on his back with his belly exposed. One
He's on his
arrow
back with his
slams
belly
into his
exposed.
belly.
Okay. 3 ice blocks just spawn in the air above him. Prava just like conjures them up, and they fall like meteors. One in each arm, and then one in the heart. Just pinning it to the ground. Just.
And the creature is slain as it's pinned to the ground by the icicles.
That's a sick combo.
That was a very combo move.
Yeah, just Kuzon like flipping this thing on its soft belly and then the icicles spiking through it. That was a sick combo.
It really was. As the creature stops moving, you see it like go limp. You do see off in the distance the tunnel that it made, like over here basically.
I'm gonna reach in and pluck the biggest tooth from its mouth and just keep it as a souvenir.
Oh yeah, I would say you'll be able to do that. You have time. It's like
Okay. I am very intellectually curious about this.
By the way, the creatures seem to be crowding around Bryn now. They seem to very, very impressed by that whole thing, like all of you did. But you guys are a bit busy with the creatures, so they're like lashing their praise on Bryn and Bronine.
Ah, hello! Thank you so much for your help in the battle. You guys are amazing and cute. She's speaking in Sylvan.
It's a shame Cole didn't hit with his cold attack either. That was a shame. That would have been a really cool combo. Because he did try the last turn, but I forgot to mention it. But yeah, they seem to be rather excited. It's like, they go, thank you. You can actually understand them completely fine.
Yeah. You're welcome. Maybe you guys can help us a little bit and tell us what is going on in this forest.
This is our playground.
Yes. But how did you come to be here? Didn't this used to be like a desert?
We were born here recently. So this is our playground.
Okay. Born here recently. Do you know what the power, like what it was that gave you life? That gave life to this area?
Life started here. Started growing. Needed something.
Yes, but do you feel plant, Mom?
It looks confused. Like its little fluffy ear things twitch and tilt its head.
You know, that voice from the purple vines that's like, oh, grow, be strong. And has warm vibes.
That my magic. I make plant grow.
That's you?
It nods.
Wait, which one is talking? Is it that one?
This one here.
Is it this one? Oh,
Yeah.
it's this
It's
one.
one below.
I see. So, yeah, these guys are chill. There's definitely nothing suspicious going on around here.
Oh, Brian, you speak their language too?
Well, this guy gave me a gift, and I think I could speak it for today.
That was an interesting roll, and a 1d100. I can't believe you got that. guys have been so
Just
fucking
so
lucky
happens
today.
I can now perfectly communicate with these beings that we couldn't communicate. So let me know if you have anything you want to ask, and I will translate it.
Well, yeah, just explain our part in the rejuvenation of this forest and our intentions for the area, and like see if you can negotiate with them to like keep their activities to a certain area as the forest spreads, and then we'll respect their area and they can respect ours. And
I do that.
Rob was just dumping the whole load of negotiating situation onto Bryn now that she like conveniently speaks the language. This wonderful gift just turned into a horrible chore.
But as you say that, it goes, that's what the others said, but they hurt our playground.
Who are the others?
The ones in white coats.
The scientists. Do you know where they are, the white coats?
In the water.
Are they dead?
We had to keep them from attacking our playground anymore.
I see. They weren't attacking, they were trying to understand it.
It tilts its head a bit. Seems a tiny bit confused by that exchange. As if understanding it is like... It's a first world Fae. It's like, why would you understand it? What's the point?
So like as I mentioned, we've been doing this project to rejuvenate the land, because this used to be a desert before we started helping bringing life here. So when in the center of this big project we've been undertaking, there's like this big magical bloom of life source things, you then want to kind of, see how that will affect everything else around it. And to do that, you have to know more about it.
So they did not mean harm?
They did not mean harm.
They did not mean harm.
They did, and we do not mean harm either.
You do not mean harm. It looks towards Prava.
Nope.
Does not mean harm.
Does not mean harm.
It looks
does not, points at giant bro 9, does not mean harm.
Does not mean harm.
And they don't, and she's just pointing at everybody. Does not mean harm. Does not mean harm.
It's copying now. It thinks it's a game. But it does eventually, like, give a nod, and then looks over towards water nymph and nods back, and then the nymph wanders into the water, and you just see one after the other, just like flop, flop,
Oh.
flop, like,
Oh, they're alive.
you-
That's convenient.
They were in time.
I'm gonna. Oh, I see. Okay, we'll talk to them and make sure that they don't do anything that might aggravate you or hurt the playground. But even if we'll find another way to communicate, because after today I won't be able to talk to you, and communication is key for making sure we don't have misunderstandings.
Bro 9 looks towards you and
And-
goes, don't worry, we'll find a translator. We have druids here in the forest somewhere.
good.
We'll grab one.
Good.
Seems like this may be
Um,
important enough to drag them away from their other duties.
I feel like druids would be very interested in this situation.
Hmm. It looks rather excited about the prospect, since you guys were so nice and utterly destroyed that creature without harming its playground at all. Like, that was hardcore. What about me?
Yeah, I looked at all my spells and were like, firebomb, explosion. Maybe I shouldn't use any of
I was
these.
half expecting you to. That would have made things a bit more complex, huh? wait, while they're talking, what are you doing, Kuzon, and Thiveron as well?
Thiveron is just kind of looking over the creature as a whole and assessing the damage that it bursting through the ground would have done.
It seems like it ripped up a few roots and the like on its way out of it, but this does look like a young specimen from what you know of a creature. But it looks like basically an adult, a very young adult. And from what you know, a female.
Kuzon, I fear that we may have gotten fairly lucky.
I wonder if I can show you the proper scale of what one of these things would be. How big is a Titanic creature?
Oh gosh.
I think it's like this big.
Colossal, yeah.
It's like huge. This is like a very, very young adult. It's tiny in comparison. But yeah, you do see the hole that it burst out of, and it seems like a small cavern.
I'm just gonna test the stability of it. Does it seem like it's kind of like the soil here is pretty packed, like it was when I was trying to dig before?
No. Just like Thiveron deduced before as well with his blind sense, the soil just around this area is very packed, like Fey World style. You can't dig too deep.
Well, I guess that means we follow it.
Yeah, it is a small cavern, so you could probably wander inside. Easily big enough.
I assume it's not big enough for the car to drive into.
Yeah.
The car is about the size of the thingy, so it only makes sense.
I'm actually not sure what size category the car technically is. It is huge? Dag. We're going on a little road trip underground?
We're going already? Oh, I wanted to play with the... Brian, you tell them that we're definitely going to come back and play, okay?
Well, that's the thing. I can tell you exactly what you find there, like, during just the brief wrap-up of a session, if you want.
We'll check it out. We'll check it out while they're playing. I think me and Thiveron can handle whatever's down there.
Mm-hmm. The scientists will, like, return to their little bunks, like, trying to dry off after a little traumatic experience from almost drowning.
It's just,
if you
underwater timeout.
Bryn and Prava, if you two were going to try to convince these guys basically to work with you, I would like you to roll me diplomacy, but like one of you can help and one of you can stuff. Actually, I think, yeah. So you can do that, but you will get an advantage. I won't say what you've done will decrease the DC.
I'm gonna take the primary role, I think, because I'm plus 25 to diplomacy, and that's probably better than what. So if you could aid.
I can't believe you would have so little faith in me that I would not be able to roll high in diplomacy. Oh, actually, not bad.
I can't believe you.
We got the same roll. We got the exact same roll. Just by the way.
Wow, that's a lot of bonuses.
But, my god.
44. So as you're talking to them, trying to explain the situation, trying to basically you learn soon that you have to talk to them like they're children. Despite them being mythical, like, oh, the spirit of the forest, this being is very, very young. And it also explains a few things to you, such as the fact that it was born here because of what you're doing. Like, a forest eventually grows enough that it needs a caretaker, that it needs a soul, a spirit. And from the first world, such things are normally born, and, well, it just slips through. That's exactly what happened here. And it just brought its friend that it made in the first world, the water nymph, and bang. this is now essentially a druid grove, a place where the spirit will be and grow, and maybe soon it will even have a tree it can reside in.
And as it matures, it can become the guardian of this forest and work with the druids to help everybody.
Exactly. It's just, well, everything's still blue, so its magic isn't exactly contained, but you can basically tell it, like, you need to, like, draw your power back into just the grove. You can, like, have it nicely contained. Like, yes, you can, of course, have your playground, but it has to, like, stay within this area sort of deal. And lots of people will probably come and play with you.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'm willing to give them, like, the whole bounty, and then just, like, if they help us grow more forest outside the bounty with their nature magic, and then keep, like, the main effects contained to here, they can have everything that's grown so far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so you're gonna offer them the whole bounty as their playground.
Yeah, and then just, like, under the condition that they help expand life and growth outside and leave the new growth forest to new settlers.
To be just itself. That's a lot of forest, of course. The bounty is a huge place, despite it being a dot on a planet. It's still huge. It does seem to... It seems excited about that. Like, it's like, yeah. It's like, I keep my playground as it is for now, then, until we talk to these druids.
Yeah. Listen to the druids above me. I'm sure they understand the balance of the forest better than me. But
Noelle's back to playing with its ears again.
precious, adorable.
Meanwhile, on Thiveron and Kuzon's excursion into the underground, the cavern is stable. Well, you would expect it from a species that digs tunnels for its entire life. You can see that the edges are almost like glassed or burnt into like a shape, maybe by acid, to make sure that the walls are nice and solid. But eventually, not far from where you are, you come to a small cavern with other tunnels splitting off from it. But what you find is a small clutch of eggs. You also find a body.
Can I take a life science to maybe determine how close to hatching they are?
Yes, you may. Just so we're clear, you also see a body of a dead, slightly larger Skarnasher as well. But it's dead, and it seems to have what appears to be a spear in its side.
And it's very
Mechanical
clearly
nature.
dead. Okay.
Yeah.
It appears we're not the first ones down here.
Kuzon, with your engineering, you can tell straight away what weapon it is. It seems to be around about a level 5 injection spear.
Fancy.
Seems like
I'm
that
just gonna-
may have been the delivery of the bio side.
I'll pluck it free from where it's contained here.
As you pull it free, it doesn't spurt any blood. It seems like this body's been dead a while. And life science, you can, as you're feeling over, they're still warm, and actually they feel fertilized, as you do feel movement inside. But from the shell, it does not feel like they're gonna hatch anytime very soon. Given the size of these creatures, it'll probably take a while.
I believe we should also report these, as we lack the correct equipment to keep these eggs incubated as we move them.
I mean, they're pretty. Like, is it thick shelled? It's not like a thin eggshell like some animals have.
They're pretty thick.
Yeah, I think we can safely get it out of here and just bring it back with us.
They are like the size of small beach balls. Like you have to hold them in two hands. Well, Kuzon doesn't. He's a large creature, so you can hold two.
Well, we can put them in the truck.
Yeah, that's true. Just you can put them in the truck, put them next to the heater.
Yeah.
The kids are still there, by the way. They were like, "Ooh, what the hell?" Raison's like, "Ah."
So they all watch me do that.
Yeah.
Watch me flip it.
It's like, yeah, there we go. We also got some eggs, just putting them away like dish, 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 dish. And now you have the eggs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have the eggs, you've sorted, well, you've started to sort what this grove area is going to be, and you hope for scientists. I believe that would be a good wrap-up time for the session.
Yeah.
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 How did you guys enjoy today's session?
It was very
Anytime you throw
volatile.
spirits, especially Fey ones, at me, I'm going to be having a good time.